Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to my channel. I go by Simply, and I just wanted to try out doing my first live, and I wanted to go over this 8-page indictment that Leilani has. I wanted to give my opinion, some thoughts on it. Uh, so yeah, that's pretty much where we're at right now. Okay, give me one moment. Okay. Hmm. Before, but okay. Now let's see if I can do this. Okay. I believe I'm sharing my screen. I hope I am. So here we have the 8-page indictment from Cheatham County for Leilani Marie Simon. Um, I'll be honest. Before we get into this, I'll be honest. It was, yeah, I'll give my opinion. This is just my opinion, just my thoughts, okay? Um, I was completely shocked when I read this indictment. I always assumed that maybe there was an accident with baby Quentin, or, maybe like he walked out the back door and fell in the pool and and I'm not saying how they covered it up would, give them any type of excuse or be okay, but I just assumed that maybe she panicked, didn't know what to do, didn't, was scared to get in trouble. I don't know. Or, then we heard stories about that he was given a bath at 2 a.m. So that was, another thought of mine. Um, I just wanted to say, excuse the whole mic thing. These headphones work really well. I can hear, they have great sound quality, but unfortunately, the mic's not too well. So I prefer my regular mic. So I just wanted to point that out because I probably look silly with two mics. So, but anyway, um, but yeah, I just always assumed that there was maybe like an accident or something like that, and then maybe they panicked and, they didn't deal with it properly in the end, whether there's an accident or not. Obviously, you should alert the authorities. I know that would have been my first thought would be call 911. Maybe we can save them. But not everybody thinks that way. And I just assumed maybe there was an accident, long story short. Well, going over this indictment, that pretty much rules out the fact or the option of there being an accident. It rules out the fact of maybe him falling in the pool or maybe something happening in the bathtub that night. It rules all that out, and the reason why is because it she's being charged with malice murder. Um, it says that they believe in the indictment, and we're gonna get into it, but in the indictment, it says they believe that, or they have evidence to believe that Leilani struck him with an object, and that breaks my heart because the more I read into it, it really I've seen some other comments from other people as well saying that, be careful once you read it because it's kind of, it's shocking and it's very heartbreaking, to be honest. It is. Um, Especially when I guess, for me, I guess because I have children, it really touches home when something's involving a child, because I know me as a mother, how it would affect me. But, yeah, it rules that out. It rules any possibility of it being an accident out. It sounds like it was deliberate. And, at the beginning, I was against both of them. They, in my mind, were baby killers. You know, totally against them. But then when the protesters went out there, and let me say this, I'm all for protesting. That is your right. You're allowed to do it. But the way they handled it, the way they went about it, I think was a little excessive. Um, Especially when one of the creators decided to play baby music, babies crying, and said, "Oh, this should really make them squirm," and, that really, like, turned my mouth sour against them. So, and the way they're banging on windows and blocking traffic or blocking cars from coming out, like, if you wanna protest, that's fine, but do it respectfully. So at first I was starting to not feel for Leilani by any means, but starting to feel for Billy Joe. Then I seen her on a panel, shares, of course, and on that live stream, she was, like, literally having, like, a mental breakdown, and it was really sad to watch. It was really sad, like, watching this lady lose her mind and, you know, with her hand, "Please, God, bring my baby back," and it was sad, it really was, it was heartbreaking as well, and I started to feel for her, like, damn, not only at this point we didn't know what happened, but we had a good idea, so but at that point, they hadn't recovered his body yet, so, at that point, your grandson's missing, she's about to lose her daughter as well because most likely the daughter's the one that did it at that point, like I said, we weren't sure yet. We knew, but the law hadn't, charged their crimes yet, is what I mean. And, I felt bad for her, I really did, like, damn, she lost her grandson, she's losing her daughter, her other son's in jail, she can't work because of all this, so she's losing money, she's having to sell this, having to sell that, I see her on panels, and she seems genuine, and she seemed, like, as if she really did love Quentin. I do believe that she loved Quentin. But now after reading the indictment, I am no longer feeling bad for Billy Joe. It kinda reading the indictment disgusted me so much that now I'm just, like, turned off towards both of them, and I think they're both where they need to be. I do. That's my honest opinion. People may agree, some may not, and that's okay. You're more than welcome to put your opinion in the comments below, or if you're in here, you can put it in the live chat. I welcome other people's opinions. I welcome other people's thoughts. I enjoy, even if it doesn't match with my opinion or match with my thoughts, I enjoy going over. "Oh, where you going, baby?" I enjoy going over and reading other people's, thoughts and, like, their point of view and the way they see it, you know what I mean? So, I don't take offense if you put something down in the comments that's different than my opinion. Like I said, I actually enjoy going over it and seeing, and sometimes it takes somebody else to say something, or it takes somebody else to give you their opinion to kinda bring light to the situation, and it kinda opens your eyes in a different perspective that you're like, "Oh, you know what?" And I say that because there was a lady in my comments that was very respectful, and, she left a comment about one of the videos I posted and, basically said she felt bad a little bit for Billy Joe as well, but, that Billy Joe does need to be held accountable, like, that she had custody of those babies, and she should have never left them with somebody that was still actively using drugs. And, and as she said that, it opened my eyes, and I'm like, "You know what? She's right. She's right. She did have full custody." You know? She should have never. You hear stories, "Oh, she paid the babysitter. The babysitter was supposed to keep him. Then she told the babysitter, 'Oh, I'm gonna let, Leilani try to be a mom, and I'm gonna let Leilani try to keep the kids.'" Well, first of all, that's not your decision to make, ma'am. The courts took these kids out of Leilani's custody for a reason. I understand you want your daughter to be a mom, and I understand you want your daughter to step up to the plate and, grow up, basically, mature, and take care of her kids that she created. You wanna play grandma, you want her to be the mom, and I get that. I totally get that. But when she's unfit and when she's, still actively using drugs, excuse me, and I say that because in the indictment, she confessed to the cops that the night before at, like, 4 AM, she went out to go meet her drug dealer, supposedly to pay back an old debt. But, I mean, who meets their drug dealer at 4 AM to pay back something that you owe them for? You know what I mean? Now I could see her meeting her drug dealer at 4 AM if she was trying to get something drug-wise to use, but you're not getting any drugs, you're just paying that person back, and you chose to do it at 4 AM? Come on. I'm not stupid, and I'm sure a lot of you guys aren't either. So, anyway, off topic, this is my little bearded dragon. She's trying to jump out of my hands right now, but this is her, she's beautiful. Um, her name is oh my goodness, I have so many of them, I get confused. Her name is what? Nala's the other one, Lola's the leopard gecko, Luna, Luna. They're all, like, around the same name. Nala, Luna, Lola, you know what I mean? And then I have my boy whose name is Draco, but she's really wanting to get down. I'm not sure if maybe the screens, because I do have 3 monitors here and then the microphone, and she sees the little light from the camera. I don't know if that's maybe making her nervous or what, because she usually would just sit right here, right on my shoulder and chill with me. But anyway, I might have to step aside just for a quick minute to put her down. But anyway, back to Leilani and them. So with the lady that left the comments, she was like, "I hope I didn't sound rude or anything." And no, she didn't. She didn't sound rude at all. I didn't take offense to it. She was actually very respectful the way she told me her opinion. And at the beginning, I had said my opinion, and then she told me her opinion, and at the beginning, they didn't quite match, but that's okay. She was very respectful about it. Her opinion doesn't have to match mine. All like I said, I enjoy you guys leaving your thoughts and your opinions in the comments because I enjoy going over them. The only thing I ask is that you do it respectfully. Even if it's totally against my opinion, you can tell me that. As long as you do it nicely and respectfully, I don't have a problem with it. I enjoy reading it, and, everyone's entitled to their own thoughts. So, um, anyway, I apparently am not sharing my screen, huh? Let's see. Oh, trying to see if I could move my little. I wonder if I can move this out of the way. And you know what? I can. Here. Let's do this. Let's take the banner off for a moment. Oop, there she goes. Okay, Mama, here. Let me put you down. Let me put you down. There you go, kitty. Okay. All right. So I believe it's sharing now, right? Yes. Okay. All right. So, I wonder if it is working on this one. Okay. I hope you guys can hear me all right. This is the 8-page indictment for Leilani. I don't know why. I found different copies, and I had another copy up here that was not blocked off, like, the names and stuff. And for some reason, as soon as I started the live, that's what was taking me a minute. It just like disappeared, and I don't know what I did with it, and I don't want to hold you guys. I'm sure it's in here in my files somewhere, but I don't want to hold you guys up. And like I said, this is a whole new setup. Um, I was working before on a laptop. I just recently got uh, like a gaming computer for me and my daughter to share because I wanted to be able to do my YouTube and the streaming and stuff like that. She's been asking for a gaming computer. So rather than, I just bought my son a gaming computer last Christmas, and um, that was about $1,500. So rather than getting me one now and then having to get my daughter one as well, I went out and did a little extra on this, got the 3 screens, the camera, I got the gaming monitor or the gaming tower, whatever, for my daughter. I don't really need that stuff, I just needed to be able to stream, but anyway, so this is all kinda new to me. I'm used to managing and getting through on my laptop, so I didn't wanna hold you guys up. So we're just gonna deal with this one. The witness name that's there, honestly, it says a name, and then it says, Cheatham County Police Department. So I'm not sure if the name that's there, I'm not sure, and believe it or not, of course, I'm looking for the name and I can't find it either. I looked up the name. Here, you know what? I wonder if I pull up my yep, there it is. Okay. So the name was Marion Lemons that was on that indictment that was blacked out. It said Marion Lemons, and then it said comma, Cheatham County Police Department. So I don't know if it's saying Marion Lemons from the Cheatham County Police Department or if it's saying Marion Lemons and like as one witness and then Cheatham County Police Department as another one. But either way, I took the name, threw it into Facebook, wanted to see if anything came up. Because I did do a people search on her and it says that she's in her 20s, 25 to be exact. Um, and that she lives in Savannah, Georgia. So I was like, is this one of her friends that maybe, is giving her up? I don't know. Or telling, not really giving her up, holding her accountable is what I should say. But I wasn't 100% sure. So anyway, this one here, Savannah, Georgia, I was like, okay, let's see. But I'm like, why would they put Ian Lem? But if you think about it, the name is Marion Lemons. So it's like the last 3 of the first name, first 3 of the last name. This is her here. Um, and she does have a couple pictures. She also she has a picture. It says Savannah Police Department. So I'm like, okay, is she an officer there? Maybe that's why it says her name and then it says comma, Cheatham County Police Department. Or is someone in her family an officer? And maybe she is a friend of Leilani's. I honestly don't know. Um, no, I didn't reach out to her or nothing like that. I did try typing it into Instagram as well. Nothing came up on that. So it is what it is. But I will say this, it's a little weird. She has no friends listed. I went to about she does have like the basic stuff, Savannah, and where she's from, when she was born, but there's nothing else listed, no videos, no check-ins, movies, nothing. So I don't know for sure if this is Marion Lemon's real account or if somebody made it. I honestly don't know. I don't know if she's a cop. I don't know if she's Leilani's friend. I just know that was the name that was on the oh, look it. And now I'm glad. I'm glad I did pull up that Facebook to show you guys because now I found it. This is my original one that I got in my PDF file that I downloaded into my files. So here it says Leilani. I tried to highlight a couple things that I thought were important. Um, put it on highlighter just in case I see anything else. Okay. So it says, Leilani Marie Simon. See, here is the witness, Marion Lemons, Cheatham County Police Department. So I'm not sure if it's that person and then the police department or if it's one person that works there. Shalina Cook Jones. I highlighted that because let me tell you, that sorry about that. That district attorney that did that press conference last night, I like her. She seems very, very confident. Um, and I think she's gonna put it to Leilani. I'm not even holding back. I think she's gonna put it to Leilani. You know, she said it like she was very confident the way she was talking, and she's like, I believe we have enough evidence to go forward, you know, with this case. And I mean, so they presented it to a grand jury and she was indicted, you know. So on the other document that I had up earlier, I have it here. I mean, I could put it side by side to show you guys, but like all this was blocked off, which is the grand jurors that were selected um, in Superior Court. So that was all blacked out. Okay, and then we get into the charges. And the first one, it says murder and concealing the death of another. I'm not going to read the first parts of each charge because it pretty much says like around the same thing, you know. Or it might be the end part. Let me see. Okay, in the name of and on behalf of the citizens, of the state of Georgia, charge and accuse Leilani Marie Simon with the offense of malice murder for the said Leilani Marie Simon and unlawfully with malice, of course, caused the death of her son, Quentin Simon, a human being, in a manner unknown to the grand jury at this time. This is the part that I'm talking about. Contrary to the laws of the state of Georgia and the good order, like they all say something about, you know, contrary to the laws at the bottom. So that part I'm just going to kind of skip. I'm just going to kind of briefly go over it. I'm not going to read it word for word. This one says Leilani Simon, but I will leave it up for a few minutes so that way if anybody else wants to read it, they're more than welcome to. Excuse me one moment. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, cool. See, I'm learning, so I can post that up in the bottom. I hear the bearded dragon. He's over there walking along, going to the carpet. I usually let them free roam. Well, if I'm out here, I don't just let them free roam on their own, but I do uh, let them free roam to walk around a little bit, you know, if I'm out here to keep an eye on them. So, okay, so I'm going to read this. I'm going to shut my camera off just for a quick minute, but I am going to continue